Hi everybody, my name is Ursula Philpot. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm presenting a series of videos around how you can change diet and food habits to help you manage persistent pain better. So one of the things I wanted to talk to people around, it's not a traditional part of Mediterranean eating, but it's a kind of method of managing your diet and a kind of dietary pattern that seem to be really helpful in reducing inflammation in the body. So particularly for people who have things like rheumatoid arthritis and kind of fibromyalgias, those kind of conditions, fasting or reducing the time of day that you eat food seems to have quite an anti-inflammatory effect on the body. So the first thing to say is when we're talking about fasting or we're talking about only eating for a small time over the day, it's not something to do if you have disordered eating. It's not something to do if you have a poor relationship with food, and it's not something to do if you're underweight, or on the thin side. So don't do this if any of those apply to you. However, if you are of a normal weight or overweight and you have an okay relationship with food, then fasting or reducing the amount of time in the day that you eat food can be a really useful add-on to helping reduce inflammation in the body. So what we mean by that is choosing one day of the week where you eat a lot less than all of the other days. So we talk about eating just 500 calories for women or 600 calories for men on that one day of the week, which is less than a quarter of what most people need to eat. And starting off with one day of eating a lot less. You can then build that up to 2 days if you want to over the week, but one day is a really good starting place. So if you're trying to reduce down to something like 500 calories over the day, which is quite a small amount of food, that's really one meal. So you might just want to have one meal on that day, or you might want to think about having two, splitting that into what we call 250 at one time of the day and 250 at another time of the day. So this slide gives you some examples of 250 calorie snacks that you could choose two of over the day. Another way of fasting that might be of use to some people or might seem easier for some people is to try to go without food for a longer period of the day. Up to 16 hours a day is what we would suggest. And then eating over kind of an 8-hour window, or even going longer than that and eating just over a 6-hour window. So it might, for example, be that someone starts eating at 11 o'clock in the morning, they skip a traditional breakfast and they start eating at 11 o'clock in the morning, and they finish eating quite early, around 5 o'clock in the evening. And then they don't have any food or drink that has any calories in it for the rest of that time. So that does mean you can't have things with milk in or things with sugar in. So fasting does mean going without those calories, although you could have calorie-free drinks over that time period. You might not want to do that every day, but you might want to try out how that feels to you and whether that's a way to manage weight that might work for you. So thank you for listening to the video today. This is one of a series of videos that you can access from the Rethinking Pain website or the Rethinking Pain YouTube channel. In addition to that, we also have a diet therapy workshop that runs, and you can see a member of the Rethinking Pain team if you would like to access that workshop. And the more people we get, the better. So please come along.